Hello. We're live.
If the paper cracked a little bit, it helps.
All right, let's get started then. I'm going to read some radio stuff, and then we'll get into the actual competition. All right. Welcome to Academic Challenge. My name is Jim Gifford, your host and moderator, and today we are featuring teams from Bangor and Lakeshore. WSJM's Academic Challenge features scholastic competition involving high schools from Berrien and Van Buren counties and is sponsored by Waterville Lake Public Schools, Lake Michigan College, Lakeshore Public Schools, and by Chemical Bank. We'll meet the teams first, and we'll start from Lakeshore. Identify yourselves, what grade you're in.
Alec, senior.
Connor, senior.
Myrna, senior.
Zhang, junior.
Welcome, one and all. You can pull those mics up closer to you if it's more comfortable. And from Bangor,
Nathan, junior.
Zeppelin, senior.
Madison, junior.
Alonzo, sophomore.
Ta-da! Everybody's here. Here are the basic rules. Oh, I forgot to ask you to introduce your coaches. Alec from Lakeshore, your coaches or coach.
Miss Sloan.
Miss
Sloan.
All right, we got that. And from Bangor,
Phil Devers.
ta-da! All right, here are the basic rules. During the first and second halves, we announce the value of each question before it's asked. When you press your button, please wait to be recognized. I will announce your name and the school, then you give the answer. There's no consultation allowed. There will be in the 60-second round, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. Our scorekeeper and judge is me. And Alec Heiler here is asking the questions today. He'll be our secondary and or co-judge. Everybody ready? Let's get after it then. First half begins with this question and comes from the one and only Alec Heiler. Alec?
All right. For 5 points, what do the 36 columns in the colonnade of the Lincoln Memorial stand for?
Myrna, Lakeshore.
Gettysburg Address.
That is incorrect.
Bangor, take a shot at it. You got 5 seconds. And that's time.
And that is the 36 states at the time of the Civil War. For 15 points, it is the third most abundant structural metal in Earth's crust. It is the lightest metal used to build things. The melting point is 651 degrees Celsius. The atomic weight is 24.312, and the atomic number is 12. Name it.
Alonzo, Bangor.
Iron. That is incorrect.
Lakeshore. 5 seconds. Myrna.
Aluminum.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is magnesium. For 5 points, the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle recognized only 4 elements. Earth and air were 2 of them. Name the other 2.
Zane. Lakeshore.
Fire and water.
For 5 points, that is correct. I skipped this question. So, for 10 points, some uses for this type of photography include haze penetration, recording temperature differences, and photography in darkness. The emulsion is sensitive to wavelengths of 7,000 to 9,000 angstroms. What is the general name for this kind of photography?
Alonzo, Bangor.
Infrared. That is correct for 10 points. Also, there was no Oxford comma, and it really bothered me in that question. All right. For 15 points, Delilah tried more than once to learn the secret of Samson's strength. How many times was she given the wrong answer before she learned the truth?
Zeppelin, Bangor.
3.
That is correct for 15 points. For 10 points, on November 19th, 1863, President Lincoln made his most memorable speech. What was the occasion for the speech?
Myrna, Lakeshore.
Gettysburg Address.
That is correct for and that one is for 10 points.
10 points. Thank you.
For 15 points, in criminal law, these can influence a court to suspend a sentence or grant probation, but cannot constitute a defense in themselves. What 2-word phrase describes these factors?
Alonzo, Bangor.
Mistrial.
That is incorrect.
Lakeshore, 5 seconds. Zane?
Self-incrimination.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is extenuating circumstances. For 5 points, what is the area in square inches of a triangle if the base is 10 inches long and the altitude is 5 inches long?
Myrna, Lakeshore.
7.5.
That is incorrect.
Did you finish this
I did.
program? Okay. We got to give Bangor a shot since Myrna missed it there. Bangor, you're on the clock. And that is time.
And the correct answer is 25. For 15 points, after the ferry he was on sinks, a man is saved by the tyrannical captain of the Ghost in which Jack London novel?
Myrna, Lakeshore.
Call of the Wild.
That is incorrect.
Good guess. Bangor, 5 seconds. Time.
And that is the Seawolf. For 10 points, New Orleans was awarded its NFL franchise on November 1st, 1966, which is what holiday?
Alec, Lakeshore.
Mardi Gras.
That is incorrect.
Bangor, 5 seconds.
And that is All Saints Day.
Get it? Saints? Haha.
Developed by an English mathematician around 1850, this branch of mathematics has strong applications to logic, sets, and probability. One modern application is in computer circuit design. What is this branch of mathematics called?
Time.
And that is Boolean algebra.
Boolean?
I've never heard of that, so
Boolean.
I'm not judging anybody for missing that question.
I am. I'm a judge.
For 20 points, name the opera by Ruggiero Leoncavallo that concludes with the performer telling the audience the opera is ended.
Time.
And that is one Pagliacci, or I Pagliacci.
Pagliacci.
For 10 points, in Robert Lawson's Ben and Me, the story of Benjamin Franklin is told by his pet, which is what animal?
Zeppelin, Bangor.
A dog.
That is incorrect.
Lakeshore, 5 seconds. Connor?
Parrot.
That is incorrect. It is a mouse. I was expecting cat to be the next one, to be honest. For 10 points, he called his non-moving structures stabiles, but he is more famous for his mobiles. Name the artist.
Time.
And that is Alexander Calder. For 15 points, which of the following will see more clearly in total darkness? Owl, bat, leopard, or house cat?
Zeppelin, Bangor.
House cat.
That is incorrect.
Lakeshore, 5 seconds. Zane.
Leopard.
That is also incorrect. And the correct answer is nothing or none can see in total darkness. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Boo.
An even better question, but I kind of like this one personally. For 5 points, see if you can identify the biblical event from this imagined tabloid headline. Determined band leaves country. Strange report from coastal area. Pharaoh promises quick capture.
Connor, Lakeshore.
Exodus.
That is incorrect.
I think you can accept that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt. I think
Yeah.
you can accept that.
Oh, actually, that's my bad. I actually read that wrong. So yeah, you're right. I thought it was just the Red Sea portion.
How many?
That is 5 points.
All right.
And then for 15 points, Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane are 2 tracks from one album by the Beatles.
Nathan, Bangor.
Abbey Road.
That is incorrect.
Good guess. Lakeshore. 5 seconds. Time.
And that is Magical Mystery Tour. For 15 points, Japanese students studying for their college entrance exams must learn at least 1,850 kanji in order to pass. What are kanji?
Myrna, Lakeshore.
Japanese characters?
That is incorrect.
Bangor to steal. Alonzo.
Japanese words.
That is also incorrect. They're Chinese characters that form the basis of Japanese. So sorry, I was going to maybe, but I don't think I can accept that. For 10 points, Joseph Strauss was a bridge engineer. Was a bridge engineer par excellence. His finest feat was the design of the bridge that couldn't be built. What bridge was that?
Zeppelin, Bangor.
The Golden Gate Bridge.
That is correct for 10 points. For 20 points, which British writer said, "With the single exception of Homer, there is no eminent writer, not even Sir Walter Scott, whom I can despise so utterly as I despise Shakespeare when I measure my mind against his"?
Zeppelin, Bangor.
Sir Robert Peel.
That is incorrect.
Lakeshore, 5 seconds. Time.
The correct answer is George Bernard Shaw.
And this next question is the final question of the first half.
For 15 points, probably the longest street in the world, it stretches 150 miles from Manhattan Island to Albany, New York. Identify it.
I believe the bell rang first.
I
And
believe
the
that is
correct
correct.
answer was.
Broadway. The correct answer is Broadway.
Is that what you were going with, Myrna? Huh?
Yes.
Bummer. That's the end of the first half of today's academic challenge. We'll be back with the score in the 62nd round after this on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest. All right.
You knew all those, right?
I was thinking the White Album, so.
Yeah. I actually really like the movie. Now we're talking about it. I thought Zeppelin was for sure going to get the Beatles question.
Oh, I was thinking the White Album.
Penny Lane is an underrated Beatles song. Alright.
How we doing on the comfort level? People cool, hot, comfortable? Okay over there? No complaints over here? You're good? All right.
What?
Yeah, stay in the microphone or he's going to throw something at you.
trying. It's kind of awkward, like.
Coat down. Oh, no, mine
Tilt the
doesn't.
microphone down.
Oh, yeah.
Tilt the microphone.
I'm kind of hard to hit, too. I'm a little skinny fella, so.
There, do that. Maybe
There we go.
Pretty big for
What? Who said that? Hey, what if we can hit some questions from Crucible or something like that? If we get questions
All right,
from Crucible.
let's come back and move on, shall we? At the end of the first half, the score, Bangor 35, Lakeshore 20. And we move on to the 62nd round. Teams, you'll have 3 categories to choose from. We'll give you 60 seconds to answer as many of the 10 as you can. Each is worth 10 points. There is a 20-point bonus if you answer all 10 within the time limit. You are encouraged to consult with one another at this point, but the answers must come from the team captain. Zeppelin for Bangor, Alec for Lakeshore. And after the minute is up, the opposing team will have a chance to answer any of the questions the first team could not or did not get to. And Lakeshore, you're trailing. You will have first choice of these categories, and they are poets, Shakespeare, and baseball. Talk amongst yourselves. Poets, Shakespeare, and baseball.
Shakespeare.
They're going with Shakespeare. We'll put 60 seconds on the clock. And Alec, do you have to set this up with anything?
It's pretty
You do
straightforward.
not? All right, whenever you're ready.
Which of Shakespeare's tragedies deals with power struggles in Scotland?
Pass.
The Moor of Venice is a subtitle of which tragedy?
Gobbling up time.
Pass.
This puckish comedy is set near Athens. Name it.
A Midsummer Night's Dream.
That is correct. This famous play centers around a pair of star-crossed lovers.
Romeo and Juliet.
That is correct. Mark Antony's funeral oration is found in what play?
Julius Caesar.
That is correct. When Shakespeare wrote of the sceptered isle, what was he referring to?
Pass.
3 correct for Lakeshore for a total of 30 points there. And we'll put 60 seconds back on the clock, and we will give Bangor a shot at the ones that were missed and the ones that we didn't get to. So, whenever you're ready, Alec and Bangor, these questions, answers must come from Zeppelin.
Which of Shakespeare's tragedies deals with power struggles in Scotland?
Macbeth.
That is correct. The Moor of Venice is a subtitle of which tragedy?
Don't know.
When Shakespeare wrote of the sceptered isle, what was he referring to?
Pass.
In which tragedy does a profound father mistreat a loving daughter? In which tragedy does a proud father mistreat a loving daughter?
Pass.
Which character exclaims, a horse, my kingdom for a horse?
Pass.
Who is the heroine who defends Antonio in The Merchant of Venice?
Pass.
The life of which hero ends with the words, the rest is silence?
Anthony.
That is incorrect, and that is all I got.
And that is 1 correct for 10 more points for Bangor. So, 3 correct for Lakeshore, 1 correct for Bangor in the first round, and we'll turn it around now. Bangor, you will have your choice of the remaining 2 categories, which are poets and baseball. What do you like?
We're gonna take baseball.
Gonna go with baseball. We'll put 60 seconds on the clock. Lakeshore, make sure you're paying attention. You'll have a chance to answer any that are missed or not never gotten to. All right? Ready?
Yep. Dancer is slang for what kind of pitch?
Pass.
What Canadian sports facility was graced with the world's first fully retractable roof?
Pass.
What 2-word phrase describes a pitch mishandled by the catcher?
Pass.
What 2-word phrase describes the space near the outfield wall of a baseball park?
Pass.
The word Mets as in New York Mets is short for what?
Mendels.
That is incorrect. It's the point in a baseball game when fans usually stand and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Seventh inning stretch.
That is correct. When a batter reaches base but the runner is forced out, it's scored as what?
Pass.
A baseball team is named for this noted group of riders that dates back to the 1830s.
The Red Sox.
That is incorrect.
1 correct for Bangor in the baseball round for 10 points. And we will turn it back over to, over to Lakeshore. And we'll go back to wherever we need to. Alec?
Dancer is slang for what kind of pitch?
Slider.
That is incorrect. What Canadian sports facility was graced with the world's first fully retractable roof?
Can I give you the name of the team?
No, it needs the name of the
I need a stadium.
Pass.
What two-word phrase describes a pitch mishandled by the catcher?
Wild pitch.
That is incorrect. What two-word phrase describes the space near the outfield wall of a baseball park?
Warning track. Warning track.
Warning track.
That is correct. The word Mets, as in New York Mets, is short for what?
Metropolitans.
That is correct. When a batter reaches base, but the runner is forced out, it's scored as what?
Pass.
A baseball team is named for this noted group of riders that dates back to the 1830s.
Pass.
What is the little building in a stadium where the reporters sit?
Press box.
That is correct.
3 correct for Lakeshore, the baseball round, for 30 more points there. And that ends the 62nd round. And we'll check the scores and conclude the game next here on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
Passed ball was what you're looking for there. You're close. You know, knuckleball is a dancer. That's kind of, I mean, that's old school, really. Yeah.
Hey, can I look at the college questions?
As long as you don't communicate them to the team, because we reuse those.
Never mind.
Yeah. The
What was Riders?
Texas Rangers.
Why?
Are you getting any names?
Is your name? What's your name? Michael. All right.
Where did my little sticky notes go? Oh, there it is right there. Wow. Interesting.
Sindarian or Bangor? What kind of Elvish?
Oh no, that's not Elvis. That's
Oh, okay.
It says a random piece of paper.
Stealing some letters there?
No,
Sorry, that made my day.
Madison. All right.
Here.
I didn't even see Madison change out there. I'm sorry, Madison. I would ask your name.
boy.
Academic challenge.
You're talking to one guy who actually could know a little Elvish.
That's a category, actually.
Your category is Elvish phrase.
The Battle of the Five Armies is out like in 2 weeks. I'm pretty pumped about it.
Yeah, same here.
I wish they did like a five screening of the previous movies.
Michael's
I would
in
spend like $100 on that. Have all 5 of them right in a row.
All right. How we doing over
And
here?
a sub sandwich.
What the? All right. Let me see if I got the right scores here. Well, I didn't even put that down. Hang on a second.
Yeah, they were doable, but not like really easy.
All right. If we're ready, we're ready. Here we go. The score at the end of the 62nd round, Lakeshore 80, Bangor 55. And it's time now to find out what's happening at each of our participating schools. First from Lakeshore, Captain Alec.
The Berrien County Dancers will be performing their winter dance concert on December 4th and 5th at 7 p.m. in the Lakeshore Auditorium. The Lakeshore musical White Christmas will be Friday and Saturday, December 12th and 13th at 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium. Our winter sports are starting up: wrestling, boys swimming, boys basketball, girls basketball, and competitive cheer. And girls basketball will start us off with a game on December 2nd. We had 3 athletes commit and sign for athletic scholarships within the past month. Congratulations to Taylor Yoakum, Taylor Grashis, and Dennis Jordan. Congratulations also to Coach Brian Keim on being named MHS FCA Regional Coach of the Year. Construction continues, and we're looking forward to our new building.
Thank you, Alec. And from Bangor, Zeppelin.
All right, week 13 of the semester was a short one. We're thankful for the two-day school week, and we'd like to give a shout-out to the 67 students that made honor roll. We don't have time to name them, and they get a reward breakfast on December 3rd. The holiday concert for our band will be held Thursday, December 4th in the gymnasium. The band is also performing in the Bangor's annual Lights on Parade on Saturday, the 6th of December. Our National Honor Society sponsored a blood drive 2 weeks ago. Our goal was 61 pints and was greatly exceeded by 1. Winter athletics is gearing up. First game matches and meets for basketball, wrestling, and competitive cheer will start soon. And we'd like to wish everyone a great Thanksgiving and say thank you to all of the sponsors of the Academic Challenge.
All right, Zeppelin, thank you. We do have a couple of substitutions from Lakeshore. Step up to the mic and identify yourself, sir.
Michael, I'm a junior.
And from Bangor,
Madison, freshman.
welcome to Bodia's. Let's begin the second half of today's academic challenge between Lakeshore and Bangor. And Alec, whenever you're ready.
All right. To start the second half, for 15 points, a center for lumbering in Arizona. It's the home of the Lowell Observatory from which Pluto was discovered. Name it.
Myrna, Lakeshore.
Hubble.
That's incorrect.
Bangor, 5 seconds.
Very good guess.
Zeppelin.
Voyager 1.
The correct answer is Flagstaff.
Oh.
It's all right. I guess nobody really cares about Flagstaff anyways. For 5 points, this building, located in our nation's capital, houses a copy of the Gutenberg Bible, the first book printed with movable type. It also contains many millions of books.
Library. Oh.
Zeppelin, Bangor.
Library of Congress.
For 5 points. For another 5 points, by looking at a dinosaur skeleton, you can see that the tail contains caudal vertebrae and is actually an extension of what structure?
Alec, Lakeshore.
The spine.
For 5 points, that is correct. For 15 points, a deficiency of neurotransmitters, dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin can result in what type of mental illness, which is classified as an affective disorder?
Zeppelin, Bangor.
ADHD.
That is incorrect.
Lakeshore, 5 seconds. Myrna.
Alzheimer's.
That is incorrect as well. The correct answer is depression. And even after I looked up how to say norepinephrine, I still had trouble. For 5 points, it has a mooring mast no dirigible has ever tied to. It employs a man to flush toilets in slack times. It has been hit by an airplane in a fog, struck countless times by lightning, and has been jumped off by so many unhappy people that pedestrians instinctively quicken steps when passing 5th Avenue and 34th Street. E.B. White had that to say about what Manhattan building?
Alec, Lakeshore.
The Empire State Building.
That is correct for 5 points. It's kind of depressing as well. For 15 points, the product of two numbers is 108, and their arithmetic mean is 12. What are the numbers? I'll repeat the question. The product of two numbers is 108, and their arithmetic mean is 12. What are these numbers?
Time.
And the correct answer is 6 and 18.
Just got that.
For 10 points, define and spell precursor.
Myrna, Lakeshore.
Precursor.
Correct. Definition.
It happens before.
Yep. Means, yeah.
Forerunner.
Yep. Well, I didn't know exactly how to go about that.
That's
So, yeah,
correct.
that is.
For how many?
That is for 10 points. For 20 points, who once described his own dictatorship as power based directly on force and unrestricted by any laws?
Myrna, Lakeshore.
Hitler.
That is incorrect.
Lakeshore? Or, I mean, Bangor? Zeppelin?
Joseph Stalin.
No, the correct answer is Lenin. So Vlad Lenin.
I thought it was Obama.
Our good old Kenyan president. Political jokes aside, 15 points. Which polygon is the only one that can be triangulated into regular triangles? So which polygon is the only one that can be triangulated into regular triangles?
Zeppelin, Bangor.
Parallelogram?
That is incorrect.
Michael, Lakeshore.
What is a hexagon?
That is correct for 15 points. And did you answer that in Jeopardy
Yeah.
form?
Nice touch on the Jeopardy form.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even mean to. Do you not have to do that?
No. Oh, gosh. All right.
How many was that? That was 15.
That was for 15, yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
For 20 points, this early Christian martyr was a Roman soldier who was condemned to die for his faith. Bound to a tree, he faced a squad of archers who pierced his bodies with arrows. Who was he?
Time.
And the correct answer is Saint Sebastian. For 5 points, what is the larva of a butterfly or moth called?
Connor, Lakeshore.
Caterpillar.
That is correct for 5 points.
Didn't think it was that simple.
Seemed too obvious.
Yeah.
For 15 points, his hero worship of Hitler suffered disillusionment when he was assigned as an MP to the Nuremberg trials in 1946. Having concocted 2 schemes for assassinating President Kennedy, he felt contempt for Oswald's bundling. Name the alleged assassin of Martin Luther King.
Time.
And if you have 3 names, you're probably an assassin. The correct answer is James Earl Ray. For 15 points, the Continental Historical Society concluded that Lewis Carroll's famous children's tale, Alice in Wonderland, is the secret autobiography of which monarch? Or of what monarch?
Alec, Lakeshore.
Queen Elizabeth.
That is incorrect.
Bangor, 5 seconds. Time.
And the correct answer is Queen Victoria. For 5 points, with what basic plant function are pistils and stamens involved?
Alec, Lakeshore.
Reproduction.
For 5 points. That is correct. For 5 points, this flower looks like the teeth of a lion, and that's the literal translation from the French. Name the flower.
Myrna, Lakeshore.
Snapdragon.
That is incorrect.
Bangor, 5 seconds. Zeppelin.
Venus flytrap.
The correct answer is dandelion.
Wow.
For 20 points, it's been independent since 1960, but it's world's largest island with French as one of its official languages. Name it.
Connor, Lakeshore.
Madagascar.
That is correct for 20 points. For 15 points, what's the product when the square root of negative 18 is multiplied by the square root of negative 8? So I'll repeat the question. What's the product when the square root of negative 18 is multiplied by the square root of negative 8? My apologies for that.
That's time. Sorry, Michael.
And the correct answer is negative 12.
What'd you have?
Negative 12.
Ooh.
Nuts.
12i.
The buzzer is pretty cruel sometimes. For 10 points, potassium is a major cation in intercellular fluid. What saline element is the major cation in extracellular fluid?
Alec, Lakeshore.
Potassium.
That is incorrect.
Bangor. Zeppelin.
Magnesium.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is sodium, and you'll learn about those eventually in biology. I remember I hated that. For 10 points, what do Herbert Hoover, Alfred Landon, and Wendell Willkie have in common? Be specific.
Zeppelin, Bangor.
All creators of the Hoover Dam.
That is incorrect.
Lakeshore, take a shot at it. 5 seconds. And that's time.
And those men were all defeated by FDR for president. For 15 points, blocking, semicircular, and circular are the 3 basic types of what fencing maneuver that keeps the opponent's blade away from your body?
Michael, Lakeshore.
Parry.
That is correct for 15 points. For 5 points, 2 degrees of a triangular measure. 2 degrees of a triangle measures 63 degrees and 81 degrees. How many degrees are in the third angle? So the correct answer would be 2 angles of a triangle measure 63 degrees and 81 degrees. How many
Michael, Lakeshore.
36 degrees.
That is correct.
For
5 points. That's also a
this next
typo.
question will be the final question of the second half.
For 10 points, what does a fathometer measure?
Can you repeat that?
For 10 points, what does a fathometer measure?
Time. Sorry, Zeppelin.
And the correct answer is underwater depths.
As in fathoms.
As in fathoms. It's kind of, I couldn't say fathometers, that made it kind of hard. That would kind of make it easy, so I had to say how you actually say it.
Well, that does it. That is the end of today's Academic Challenge match. We'll tabulate the scores and announce the winners after this on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
I got 35 points. I'm so happy. I got 35 points.
Did they say
They were all math questions like I expected.
Did you watch the
Yes.
Oh, that was sweet.
That was really good.
Huh?
That's probably one of the best
We just
2 days of ever.
she said in the questions. I'm like,
They're talking about the size of the opponents of that guy to bet all. I thought
You just had to
I
extrapolate.
I knew it was so young.
And then
I
multiply.
forgot what it said and I watched it.
You
So
guys
I was
named
like,
it second
crap, I knew it.
He called me like 2 points.
Saving.
They're blocked off.
Like they have the same two code.
I saw it on my phone.
Maybe you can see if you can get an
Yeah, but what
app
if I'm
that
also
do
like
that.
a
Like
like,
just
yeah.
save it on your computer or your phone.
No, I
Voice to
Save. What's that? It's like one of our
She
commercials.
almost
that
bit your
says
elbow.
Save.
What?
Yeah.
He almost bit your elbow. It's right in her face. It's my face. And I was like, did you bite his elbow? I was like, wait.
That one
Good.
about like the dopamine.
All right, folks, we'll bring it back and wrap it up, and I guess Lakeshore will let you be on your way. Here we go. We are back on WSJM's Academic Challenge to announce today's winner and to thank our sponsors, and the winners by a score of 165-60, the team from Lakeshore. How about a nice hand for the Lancers, and congratulations. And we thank you all for joining us on WSJM's Academic Challenge, brought to you by Lakeshore Public Schools, Lake Michigan College, Waterville Lake Public Schools, and by Chemical Bank. And we hope you'll join us again next time as Bangor and Countryside Academy go head-to-head on Academic Challenge. All right, people, thank you kindly.